Matt Walsh's crew is trying to trick trans people into joining a fake documentary. His producer set up a whole front organization at Gender Unity Project and tried to recruit me into his next anti-trans documentary. Here's the wild story of how it went down. Started with an email from the Gender Unity Project. A couple weeks ago, they claimed they were doing a film on the trans community and gave me names of well-known trans individuals and surgeons they had interviewed. It all seemed normal at first. So there it is right there. Hi, my name is McKenna. I'm an associate producer for an upcoming independent documentary on the gender of we're making explore. You know, it's funny because it seems like that's the only way the right knows how to do content, by being underhanded, lying pieces of shit. And in an objective sort of way, right? Not like I disagree with them sort of way, right? Which is like, I'm not saying that's unique to the right. I mean, I guess anybody could lie, but usually when the right, tries to highlight something they don't like about the left, it's a difference of opinion. They're destroying society. They're trying to promote this agenda. But when the right does it, yeah, there's a lot of that too. But it seems to be a lot more I'm going to lie to you sort of deal. I even talked to the producer, McKenna Lynn Waters, on the phone beforehand. She sounded like a well-meaning cis film graduate who was just curious about the trans community. She claimed the documentary was self-funded. I was suspicious because she had finished college recently, but figured she was rich. Who has that kind of money? Later, she told me the person they were interviewing in Chicago suddenly canceled. This happens, but still sus. Then she offered to fly me to Arizona. Again, the surgeon they were interviewing wasn't responding to them. Then finally Nashville, where Matt Walsh lives. Then they sent me a release form this morning, which strangely didn't have the name of the company on it. So I looked up the Gender Unity Project. It used a registered agent to shield its owners. It's dubious, but sometimes registered agents simply make it easier to incorporate. So still, no, the Unity Project is not listed on any of this. So, all right. Then I looked McKenna Lynn up. Her name didn't show up anywhere. After some heavy searching, I realized she used her middle name in our emails. I found an IMDb page of her real name, McKenna Waters. It turns out she's Matt Walsh's producer. That's not a red flag. That's a gun in your face. She wasn't a crew member for his show. She worked on over 200 episodes. I finally found her Twitter, Movieaholic27, which features videos of Walsh and Shapiro doing their usual bullshit. I decided to look closer into the Gender Unity Project. After searching its state registration number, I learned it was registered to Justin Folk, a far-right documentarian who works for Matt Walsh and PragerU. Justin Folk, this year I'll be waging an all-out assault on gender ideology. We have been working on something that will make Dr. Phil episodes seem tame and boring by comparison. I can't say anything else about it, but it will change the conversation. We can't win this battle. And then they see other stuff on there and talk about ivermectin and all the usual bullshit. This year, Matt Walsh declared his assault on gender ideology. This is only the tip of the iceberg. Who knows how far he and his followers will go to attack, demean, dehumanize people. So if you're contacted by these slimy assholes, don't respond. The last thing we need right now is another gotcha, anti-trans documentary. Stay alert and take any media personalities with a grain of salt. And they say, we're the ones tricking people. Your move, Matt Walsh. So that's how it goes, doesn't it? So we have pieces of shit. But Dr. Phil's already boring. Yeah, exactly. I hadn't heard of Dr. Phil until that Matt Walsh getting his ass owned by trans people. It was actually beautiful. And what's funny is that these individuals are so unaware of how they look that, just like when you watch Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh and all these other dudes, I forget the other dude's name with the guns, whatever the fuck that dude's name is. They'll take these clips and then they'll upload them to their channel. Because I wonder, is it a lack of self-awareness, or is it that they don't really care, right? But when you sit there and you try to figure out how on earth they can't know how bad they look, and you add in that they don't give a shit because it is literally all about money and the views for them. Like, so we sit there on our side and we go, okay, so if I care about what's happening, right? If I care about my message and reducing harm and trying to figure out how to get my message across and maybe change hearts and minds, et cetera, right? And then I go out there and I look like an idiot and I just get demolished. Part of it, I'm not gonna lie, part of it's gonna be my pride, right? So my pride being hurt or whatever. But I think to somebody on the left, the other side of that is definitely gonna be like how I've hurt the movement, right? Hey, thanks for the follow, whoever that was. I don't have the thing up, but hey, G Squid Man, appreciate you. Here's the thing is, because we care about harm reduction, when those movements happen, when those fuck ups happen, you've hurt the movement, you've hurt the the ideology, and that's what matters. So I go out there and I'm like, yeah, sure, maybe I want to debate so and so. I'll never debate anybody. It's not what I want to do. I'm not anti-debate, bro. I just won't ever do it, right? Because I'm not gonna go out there and then lose my temper and then hurt the movement, right? Because that's not my skill. Being a debate like that is not my skill. But if I did, I would not clip that and then make sure as many people see it. Even if watching me get destroyed would help my channel. So that's the thing. What's going on, IceCad9? Yeah, but that's how their brain works. It's like we sit there and we talk about capitalism, right? And that's the overarching umbrella, right? On a lot of our conversations. Sometimes it's white supremacy, classism, capitalism, right? And then they all kind of tie in. They're all Venn diagrams that all sit on top of each other. But when we talk about capitalism, we're not just talking about, wage theft and the system of exploitation. We're talking about productivity being literally the only thing that matters. That's it. And so if you can generate enough hate or enough, whatever it is that's going to get you clicks, do it. Do it. Does this make you look like a racist piece of shit? Don't care. Do it. They're going to love that shit. Did you just get fucking owned out there? Do you look like a fucking idiot? Yep. But people are going to love it. They're going to fucking love it. Post that shit. Because there's no real ideology to damage. Right? Matt Walsh is attacking the trans community here. He's going to put out some fake documentary. And it's literally going to do nothing but cause us to talk about it, cause his people to love it, cause us to shit on the people who love it. And I'll tell you something. It's kind of rough. It's kind of rough because the arguments that people have against debate bros, I feel it could really go in any direction. Right? So don't give debate bros, debate bros give shitty views airtime. Okay. What about the alt-right playbook? That's alt-right to exactly how they, by the way, I love these videos and I hope, I'm just kind of digesting real time here. How do we talk about pieces of shit? How do we bring to light who are pieces of shit out there? Create content that is in opposition of their bullshit, of their lies, of their bigotry, right? Because the answer cannot be just don't do shit. Sit out there, don't do shit, right? What is it that we have to do? um, to where it's really not the same thing? I don't know. That's the answer. I don't know. Because this shit right here, I mean, I'm calling it out. He doesn't care that it looks bad. He doesn't care that his documentary is going to get clowned. He doesn't care that his documentary is going to look like shit, that it'll never win any awards, not just because of the bigotry. Their fucking content is always doo-doo water, right? You look at their movies, look at Ben Shapiro's movies, look at all their fucking shit. It's garbage. It doesn't matter to them. Just pump it out, and you'll get money for it. So his documentary is not going to get taken serious, and we'll just laugh at it. But we have to talk to it. We have to talk to it.